I gave an introduction to, no I didn't. Hello. Oh, for crying out loud. It's the heat. Hello everyone, welcome to Dixie Bobs and welcome to the weirdest backpack I think I've ever seen in my life. Welcome to Kipling Sirod. You know I love my Kipling, guys. Basically QVC has a lot to answer for in my life. Saw this one pop up a little while ago and I'm really a backpack lover right now. So this was just right up my street and it's so weird. So the title of this video being Kipling the Sirod, the weirdest bag ever made, is quite apt. Now I have been using this for the better part of a week and I really wanted to tell you guys about it because it is such a strange design, but in my opinion it's actually a slightly flawed design. The idea is there and the intelligence behind it is there, but the fact of the matter is that it is ever so slightly flawed and sort of, you know, maybe they should have held this one back and done it a little bit more. So the Sirod, if you don't know, is a funky little backpack because you have this top compartment here, and I'm not going to introduce it too much because that's QVC's job. You have this top compartment, but then this is where it gets weird. You have this little middle bottom part right here. So this is why it's the weirdest backpack ever made. So the fact is, you know, they've now, this is the premium design because this is the metallic and it has the little pom-pom monkey, and then they've just released a more basic design which has sort of more basic colours, and it's just, I think, the plain nylon or whatever they use. I haven't got a clue. The thing is, they can present this to you all they want, but what you really want to know is how the hell does this work? So I will say the first thing I wasn't expecting this to be as silver as it was. If it was gold, I would feel very Tiffany Butcher right now. But do really like the colour. It goes with most things, as you can see. I'm in quite a patchworky dress today because it's so damn nice outside. I thought it was going to be a little bit darker. Like, I don't mind because compared to my black backpacks, like you can see there, and my sail there is actually up there, it's still a neutral enough colour that you can mix it with everything and not look too pizzazz. I like the fact that this holds a lot more than you think. It is a smaller design, and if I just unhook my sail there, which is, this is a general sail bag, their size wise is, this one is ever so slightly wider. This is one of my favourite backpacks in the world. I actually bought this just after my birthday last year. And I have not stopped using it ever since. I love the fact that it's got a separate compartment and it does keep everything neat. It's the one fault, the yellow is behind me, but I'm actually going to be selling that on soon because I have kind of fallen out of love with it, and I don't like the fact that its middle compartment has no organisation whatsoever. So just throwing that out there for you. I'm not going to make a video on the yellow because there's not as much to say as there is about this little Sirod here. I have a criticism with this, and what I'm going to show you right now is my first initial packing of this bag. When I first got it out, and I'm sorry that it's a little bit shaky, but I was trying to hold the camera and pack a bag and unpack the sail with one hand, which wasn't too easy. So I talk throughout this, so I'm gonna let it run and hope it's not too bad because I haven't actually looked at this to edit yet. I'm just midway through sorting this out and trying to basically unload everything from my sail air, which is right here, into this. So for starters, the iPad. So it's not going to fit in here, as you can clearly see, unless I really were to stretch it all out. And trying to do this with one hand is really, really difficult. This is where I could really use a tripod. But it does fit in the back compartment. So yeah, if I'm trying to, you can't get that in. So the second compartment down here, this is where I managed to just slip it in. It does go in. You can get the standard 9.7 in here, and it does close up, so that's something. Let's try and get the rest of my junk in here. So I've unloaded my front compartment from the sail, which has my small makeup bag. I've got a couple of lip colours there, and I generally keep a lot of breath mints in there, one pen, and my key fob is also in the sail there. And just disconnect that. I've got another pen. I've got in the bottom here a receipt. In the sail air, I have a main back compartment there as well. So in here we have a lot of womanly things, as you can see. A couple of receipts, some medicines, a few vouchers that I think are actually out of date right now. I'm not afraid to show you my womanly worldly goods, guys. It's fine. And then in the main compartment, I've obviously got purse. It's my bus pass right there. Glasses case, a comb, another receipt. my earphones, and that's about it. Let's have a pack up of this and see how well we go. Right, so I'm encountering a few problems right now. I don't actually know where the key fob is on this one. Is it behind the iPad? No, it's not behind the iPad in that compartment. I can't seem to see it attached in here. So I'm assuming there's no key fob in this bag, because it's also not in the smaller pocket down the front. I've gotten used to having my keys on that. But again, I can just throw my keys in there. So it's not a huge deal. Same with my pens, they can go in there. Unlike the front compartment of my Sail Air here, I've got no pen holder. My glasses case, I haven't actually fitted this in here yet. That can actually go in there. So let's just get these in the back, I would guess. So the back compartment holds my pills well enough, but this little thing here, which is actually empty, it's just purely because I'm going to be using this gift card at the weekend, it's actually too small. So I can't actually get that. I can sort of force it down and under the zip, but it's a little small even for that. These can just go in the main compartment. It's better than I thought. I've not actually put my comb in there. This comb is just shameful, guys. I really need to get a new hair combing implement. That can just go in there. Let's zip the thing up now that I've got everything in. You can get in the iPad in and zipping it up is great. I like the fact that this zip where I've got like my expensives, if you want to call it, is right by here, because it means I can take my little clippy here and make sure that it's all still locked, which is what I do with this. It's why the zips are all round in one place. Generally they're on this side with Metal Monkey. It feels nice to hold, and I've also not managed to get all these little bits in here yet either. I'm going to see if I can try and wrangle them into the back zip compartment in the top part here. I don't know if that's going to be possible. I do like the fact that I've got that little bit there. That's really handy for holding like my mints basically, and I have a lifetime supply of mints in my bag. I think, again, as women, do we not all have that? I'll put these in the other part, so I can at least get two in the back there. I can get all my worldly goods in here. I can't probably get as much in here as I can in my much loved Sail Air. This just has far more room and is, in my opinion, at the minute, and I've not tried using this one yet, so let's not knock it before we try. I feel like I can automatically get more in there. Like, I'm worried when I take that out, I'm not going to be able to take one of my collapsible bags, for example. So, like, you know, I have two of the Hip Hip Hoorays. I always take one of those when we go out shopping. I normally always have my Black Fae Fever when I go shopping, just because that is literally my shopping bag. I'm automatically feeling like I can get more in the sale. But this is how we've packed it. It's packed up all right. I'm sorry for the dodgy camera angle. As mentioned, I just really need a tripod. So having now had a week to play around with it, I actually find that I can get my iPad fully in the bottom part. I have a 9.7-inch iPad without a problem. So that is a lifesaver. Let's just take a little stick at Apple here. When I bought my 9.7 last year, it was under the impression that the Mini was gone for good. And then, lo and behold, this month they've reissued the Mini. Damn you, Apple. If I'd have known that, I'd have waited. You know, I'm just gonna, you know, take a little shot there. I haven't got my iPad with me now, but I can also get, is this an A5 notebook? I can get that in there. That's like my poetry book. I'm keeping that on me at the minute because my head is swimming with lines of things that I need to write down. So I can get both of those in there problem-free and seal it up, which is something I always like in a backpack. It's something I love about my Sail, is I can get both in there and more. Having the two separate compartments I actually find really handy. As I say, keeping my purse in one is really great, and being able to know that that's pretty well hidden, and that no one really, if you looked at that quickly, you wouldn't really know that that's got another zip to it unless you saw this here. So that, as I said, I find that really safe, and I find that a really clever idea about it. It's flawed for me in three ways. So number one, we've got no key fob. Not necessarily too much of a big deal, and I don't know if mine is a design error, but I just stick my keys in the front compartment here. So that's not too much of a big deal. I don't necessarily mind that I don't have a big front compartment like you've got in the Yeno or even the Sail. Because you've got this top half, I can fit my little makeup bag in there, my breath mints go in there. And there's also, I didn't show you it, there's a little mesh compartment at the back there. So my breath mints, my pens, any other small part can go in that. Even makeup can go in that, but obviously I have the little It Girl pouch, and that now comes everywhere with me. Also my glasses are in here. A big flaw for me comes in the back compartment of this bag. So if we see the back zip compartment here, it only goes to the bottom half of that bag, of the top half of the bag, if that makes any sense. It goes to the bottom of the top half of the bag. There we go. So I think that that would have been a much better design idea if this back compartment went right the way down, because then my iPad and my book could slot in there flawlessly and I wouldn't really need to worry. The third design, and its main flaw, and again I'm going to run a video of this showing you what I mean, so unless I have a book or something else to support this bag in, once you put it down it just flops. Once you've got it on the floor, it just completely goes, and it just goes, flattens into itself, as you'll see here. Also, when on the back, unless you've got something, again, an iPad or a book in the back, or even sometimes I was positioning my purse a certain way to do it, even the glasses, it sort of looks a little bit skewish on your back. So that's sort of a little bit uncomfortable. It's not the end of the world, but it's still a flaw to me. I think that they should have had more structure in the bottom and sort of thought that through a little bit more, as opposed to just leaving it as flat material that was, you know, soft, for lack of a better phrase. I was going to say another word there, but that would have got a lot of sticks, so I'm not going to say that. Something I love about this, and it probably comes from the straps. When I'm wearing this, it does feel like I'm wearing a cloud. Like, I've had a book in there today, I've had my purse, I've had various other things, and I haven't even noticed that it was there. It's not annoyed me at all. Also, a positive of these, as opposed to the Sail and even the Yeno behind me, is that the straps are thicker and padded. So if we just look at my Sail straps right now, they are much thinner, and you can see the difference in them. That definitely aids to it. The other thing I like about the straps in particular with this is they sort of take up the adjustability of it. That's what I was looking for, is down here, as opposed to the Sails just being, you know, you can double that up basically. This annoys me chronically, because every time I put it on, the thing slips. With this, I haven't had to adjust this once. The only reason I adjusted it today is because I wasn't putting it over a work jacket, so I had to, obviously, because it's warm, I'm wearing nice summery clothes, I didn't need the straps as big anymore. It's a lovely idea, it's a really creative idea, and as usual, it's something we know Kipling for. They're quite innovative, but possibly just needed a little bit more design work, and it's something, if they ever see this, you know, I'm just a consumer, I'm just a customer, I'm just a loving fan, giving you my feedback. But if you want my view on the Sail, it's got a lot of intelligence in it. It's really clever. I think it's quite safe to take out in terms of keeping your money in there, but it does need a little bit more design work put in it. There was the Sirod. I don't do too much Kipling, because quite frankly, when I've looked back and seen myself talking about these, I feel like I'm trying to sell it to you like I'm auditioning for QVC. So I just wanted to give a bit of a review for that, but I think it's definitely worth a try. I don't think it's worthy of being like a gym bag or a book bag for college or school or anything like that. Not even for a kid, really, because you can't get A4 books in there. But it is great as a little backpack, you know, a little takeout bag. Even, I think you could probably, if you didn't have all the junk that I've got in the top compartment, you could probably get sandwiches and a drink in there. So it'd be great for a day pack, and not too big as well. So there you go. Contrary to them saying medium as well, it's definitely not medium, it's like a small. Thanks everyone for watching this and hearing me babble. I like to try and do it, change things and do things up. Let me know if there's anything you would like to see. I'm going to go out and enjoy the sun before it goes in for the rest of the afternoon. Like, comment, share and subscribe, and I'll see everyone again. Bye!